Now we're going to lift some colour out of here eventually, so this isn't going to be the end of what we're doing. Softly blend those. If we have two pools of colour, we'll be able to draw on each of them as we need them without having to remix. So I've got some translucent orange, some phthalo blue, and touch of alizarin crimson. Oh, too much. A bit more orange, a bit more blue. So that's quite a deep green colour, and it's not too dissimilar from where we need to go, but I'm going to add a small amount of our cool yellow in there. And I'm going to thin it down a little bit with some more water. Okay, so we've got our warm brown and we've got our cool brown, quite a greeny brown, that second one. Now I want to darken this area, I don't feel it's dark enough. So great time to start emphasising the strands and just the way the hair flows up and over here. Remember, it doesn't have to be exact, just get the colour temperature right and generally it'll look great. At the moment it's looking quite stripy and not particularly exciting, but you have to go through this stage to get to the final stage. If you put too much detail in at this stage, you're just wasting your time, because we're going to have to tone it up, and because we're working in relatively dry brush, most of this colour is just sitting on the surface. It hasn't been absorbed as it would normally be if we had used our priming method. So therefore any subsequent washes is just going to lift fine detail, so we don't need that fine detail right at the moment. What we're just doing here is establishing the form and the flow of the hair. So I'm going to continue working, looking at the colours that are in our photograph, and I'm going to drop them into the hair. Watching that I'm just having the occasional strand that's a bit of a flyaway strand, and I'm actually going to be wetting the paper a little bit more than I have been, rather than just relying on dry brush. Because as I'm getting to a lighter area, I want it to flow and I want it to be lighter. Now, if you happen to lose a highlight, as I've done there, there is a way of regaining that. Now, you can buy these at art supply shops and select a shape that you feel is going to give you the highlight that you're after, the shape of the highlight you're after, and scrub. You may just scrub on one side. It just lifts off some of that paint and gives the impression of a highlight again. Not as light as it could have been, but certainly better. Another way of making things look as if they're lighter is to make other areas around it look darker. So by applying a little bit more colour to some areas, you can make that look as if it's a brighter highlight. And you can see already that we're starting to, the highlights are starting to emerge as if they are a stronger highlight. I'm not sure if you can hear our beautiful native New Zealand tui singing in the background. It's just beautiful. I floated in a small amount of scarlet red down here so that it looks as if this is folding into the shadows. It gives it more dimension and allows the hair to look as if it's in rolls of curls.